Hey guys, and welcome to my channel and this video to Inktober plus watercolor series. And today is October 8th, so we are doing our 8th ink painting, and I am again using this sketchbook from Hahnemuhle that I've designated for this Inktober series. And also we'll be using some ink pens from Etcher. These are 01, 03, 05. It is from a set from 16 ink pens. Really nice variety of ink pens, all you will ever need, I guess. And also I will be using this brush from Raphael, and this from Dinah. This is a little bit smaller, number 4. I do want to use that brush for a little bit more of the details. Also some eraser and a pencil. I'm using 4B because I do want one that is darker so you can see the sketch, but if you are using a pencil, you should definitely use a lighter one so you can later on erase it more easily. And I guess that's basically all we will need. Of course, watercolors. I will be using these watercolors from Viva color sheets. I do love them, very vibrant, just need a touch of the color. Today we will be doing a lantern, and I did do a little sketch here. Now we will just trace it or just draw it again onto this sketchbook. So we can get started with that. I will place it here so you can see it. And we will start with just making one line. You know what, actually I'll do it a little bit more on the right. That one. So somewhere like here for the central line. And also we have a triangle. Our lantern is the triangle shape. So just draw a triangle. It probably won't be exactly the same, but doesn't matter. That's not that important. So this is our triangle. And now I'm just looking, actually it's not fully symmetrical. You can use your ruler here. Like that. Yep, that's better. And now it will go slightly down like that, because we are looking at it from a little bit above we're standing, and on the bottom we have one line here and here for the lower part. And inside we have lines inside the lantern on one side, on the other side, and also here and here, like that. And in the center, just a little bit away from the center, are those central ones, and these are actually connected here like that. So that's the inside of the lantern. I'm just looking, and right now I'll first do the upper part, and we do have just above this, you can now erase those lines. Just above them we have this, that's what we see from beneath, so like that, and also one on the other side like that, and from there the back from our lantern like that, and the one slightly sticking like that, and it has this it's not flat, but it has its own thickness, so that's it. I'm just looking. Yep, now we have this, the one above. This one goes somewhere like here at this edge, so also on the other side, adding that one. Like that, and then on the top of it there is this circle. It's not gonna fit this size, so I'm gonna make it slightly smaller, like this, going also on the other side, like this, a little bit more curved, and this one goes like that, a little nib at the top. Then we have these. Again, I'm gonna make it all just a little bit smaller because it just simply wouldn't fit in the size I have it here. So like that, over to the edge. And now the lower part, we have a little circle, half circle here also, like that, then one curved like that line here, and on this side we have the full line like that going to here, and then we have this is a, I guess that I don't know, the circle holding this, the handle. And now we have one more embellishment at the bottom like that, and just do the handle like that. This line is pretty straight, so just looking at my earlier drawing, like that. So, and then we have these, the stand on which are, again I'm gonna do it just a little bit different because it wouldn't fit anyway in my, this is a slightly smaller page, right? So that's our lantern. And we do have, I'm gonna do a little bit embellishments inside, but I'm not gonna do what I did here. I will just do maybe some swirls like that, and then on this side maybe one going like that, and maybe one more going like that. So also on the other side I'm going to try to make it as symmetrical as possible as I can. It's probably not going to be very symmetrical, but you know, that's not also a big deal. Like that. This one is going to be a little bit more inside, just to make it somewhat symmetrical. And then we have this one going like that inside and like that. So that's going to be the embellishment, and that's it. We're now done with our basic sketch. We can move that. We can now ink that. And again, I'm going to use 05 to do the first layer of inking, and just going to start. I'm not going to do again one straight line, but I'm just going to do a scribbling sketch. I'm sorry, I was maybe out of the camera. So like this. I can now speed this up. So there you go. Now we're done with our basic sketch, and again we will use an eraser and erase the graphite pencil. If your sketch is not showing through, or you did not use a pencil but straight away you went into ink, you can skip this part of course, but my pencil is visible and I don't really want that. So now that we are done with the basic sketch, we will just add a little bit more of the details. I do want to use the 01, and I'm just gonna think where the darkest parts of my lantern are gonna be, and it's gonna be here on this side. So I will just add. This is going to be black. This is also going to be black. And this, like that. So I just want to add where I do believe is the darkest part. My lantern, I'm just adding some shadows, and this is the side that is on the shadow side. So some a little bit of the scribbles here, also on this one. Again, this is the shadow side with a bit more shadows there, and here just some slight definition. Again, same thing here. And this is in a very much of the shadow because it's behind. So I will just do it. And this is also beneath this one, so again, it is in a shadow. Like that. We have this line here. We want this one to be visible, so I will just darken that one up, one D above that, just to make that distinct and visible, like that. Also, these lines, I'm just gonna add a little bit of the black to them. I'm not gonna do a lot of shading there. Like that, and here we do have a little bit more of the shadow also here. So we're gonna do that, and this one, this small embellishment also like that. And I will do also some shadows here. We're gonna paint this anyway, but this is beneath, it's gonna be even darker like that. And then just add a few lines to that back like that. And maybe we want to add the second line. To that stand. There you go. Now we're done with our lantern. I'm gonna do one thing before I start to paint. Get that again, and now put in here a lantern. Eighth. So now that we are done with that, we can move on to watercolors. So the first thing I will do is just pick up some clean water and just tap in. Make sure your ink pen is waterproof. Just gonna tap in a few dots, and I'm gonna pick up a little bit of yellow ochre. Just a little bit, and add it inside my lantern. And then I'm gonna pick up some burnt, this is going to be burnt umber. Again, do the same splatters. This one maybe go a little bit out, and also I'm gonna add it inside of my lantern. This time just a little bit more here and there. To warm up the part where a lantern is. Like that, a little bit more of yellow ochre. Just to slightly warm it up. Like that, and again some burnt umber, the corner. Like that. And remember, this is going to dry slightly lighter. So it doesn't matter, we do want it to be quite light anyway. So just gonna tap in again a few of the splatters outside. Just a little clean water. Like that. Just slightly warm it up. So now I do have some Viridian here. I will use that Viridian to paint in the lantern. Just add a slight bit here. So in that part where we made it to be light, and also on our stand. Like that. And now I will use also just a little bit of this blue. This is peacock blue. So I'm gonna use that. Actually, I do need a little bit darker blue. So I will use this ultramarine. This is from the Etcher palette also. So just gonna add it here in the darker, where I've made my lantern to darker, where I added a little bit more of the shading. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of that ultramarine there on that side, also here. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is going to be a loose one. Also, I'm gonna add it here like that, and I'm gonna pick up just a little bit. Now that I have this paint here, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of dark brown and just add it again on these corners, and mixed in with ultramarine, it will create a grayish color. So my ultramarine is not dry yet, so it's gonna create together some gray like that. Just add it to those darker parts, and I do want it here because this is beneath, so like that. A little bit more of that turquoise. And you know what? I do want to pick up a little bit of the paint here. It's just became one blob, and also from the inside like that. Yeah, I like that better now. Now I'm gonna again pick up some ultramarine and again add it here to my back side of my lantern, the handle, and then just add a little bit again of that ultramarine, sepia, to create gray color, to mix some gray directly here on our palette, and just add a little bit more here, a little bit of ultramarine like that, and do a couple of splatters here maybe also on this side for that darker shade, so that we have ultramarine and cooler colors on this side and warmer tones on this side. So that's it. I'm gonna get a little bit of white, just see if it's gonna work. This now looks a little bit too dark for me. I will just try to pick up a little bit more of the paint and get some, I will get some yellow. This is a lemon yellow, I believe, just to tap in that one little brighter shade. Like that. Slightly warm that up. And also I will add a little bit of ultramarine inside, because we do have the other side, back side of our lantern. So here we do have some shadows peeking through from the back. It's like that back side. It's slightly visible here. So again, I'm gonna mix in my ultramarine and that sepia to create that grayish tone like that. And I actually like how it looks here. I will add a little bit more of that pigment also here. So, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna do a lot more to that. Just get maybe some of the black and maybe just add it in a few spots just to create those deepest shadows, to make that part where the light is shine definitely through, make it even more visible. Like that. I like that. I like that. So just a couple of splatters here on this side. Like that. I like that. Just tapping in some clean water to move slightly those pigments. And that's it. I will now dry that. So this is now dry, and I'm looking at these got a little bit lighter because I've covered them with watercolors that aren't fully transparent, but I'm not gonna touch that. I actually do like it because, you know, when the light hits it, those embellishments, it will make it a little bit lighter because it's spreading all over and just making that a little bit lighter. But one thing I will do is I will get a little bit of that Viridian. I do have it mixed in, I believe that is with sepia, and just add a light line here because I do want it to have a little bit, you know, to look a little bit different than the inside of the lantern, to be a little bit darker. So when I do make that a little bit darker, my insides of the lantern will be looking lighter, so it will stand out a little bit more like that. And that is also in the shadows, so should be a little bit darker, a little bit more of that brown. Just add here on tops like that. I'm gonna do one more thing that I just like to do always to finish it off. I will get some white gouache and just do a couple of splatters with white gouache. Maybe pick up a little bit of the water and just add in a few of those drops. And this is still wet, so it's gonna slightly mix, but it doesn't matter. So now we're definitely done. I hope you guys like it and you like this series, Inktober series. You're painting with me. If you do appreciate it, you can say thanks by clicking on the thanks button next to the subscribe. You know, you click on that and you will get a little bit more info. And if you do like this video, please hit the like button, share it, and comment. Please do comment. Your comments mean a lot to my videos and a lot to my channel. So I would really appreciate that. It would just say, if you would just say what you think, do you like this or not? And if you haven't still, please do subscribe to my channel. That would be also very much appreciated. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye.